Amber. So today I'm going to be doing a dramatic makeup look. So this is something different than I normally do. This is going to be a really full, heavy makeup, total glam for clubbing or a night out or something like that, when you really just want to go all out and do something really fun and exciting. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be using a new palette from Makeup Revolution, as well as some other products that I got in my recent haul. So if you haven't seen that haul yet, I will link that down below so you guys can see all the goodies that I got. And let's get on to the tutorial. Hello from my new camera lens and my new lights. So we're going to go ahead and do this tutorial today and see how this all works. And I really am liking the lighting so far. I think it's showing true. You can see all my beautiful redness, which is true to life, so that's good. So I'm going to be doing a date night smoky eyes. Anyway, before I get in onto the actual like eye makeup and stuff, I'm going to be using the Dermablend cover cream. I had a request to do this in another video. This is a very, very, very full coverage foundation. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I know some of you are going to think it's too thick or whatever, but I just thought I would go ahead and use it because someone requested it. So I am going to be using this all over the face. So I'm going to start off by putting the product on the back of my hand and warming it up. And then, as I did before, I'm going to actually add some primer into it to help make it a little bit more fluid. That's just my personal preference, so I'll go ahead and mix this up. You can see a really nice consistency there. And then I'm going to be using a dampened beauty sponge to apply this. Actually, I haven't applied this with the Beauty Blender before, and it thinned it out incredibly but kept the full coverage, and I'm gonna have to move this back into rotation because this actually is looking really good. It almost covered so good it like made me look like a vampire because you can see my dark circles. I'm gonna just take a little bit more of the product and just use it as a concealer, just straight from the jar because it's so thick, and apply it to my little blemishes here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it right under my eyes. And then a little bit on my nose, and then I'll just go through it with the Beauty Blender just to smooth it out. I really like doing it this way, doing a thicker application on the areas you need it, but not everywhere. So now I will go ahead and blend that out. And I'm just taking my finger right here just to smooth and press it into my pores, just so it doesn't show those pores right there. Then I'll just take the remainder of what I have and just kind of run it down my neck. Alright, now it's time to add some color back to the face. So I'm going to take my new e.l.f. contour kit, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick little contour, nothing too serious, but just give a little bit of warmth and definition to the face. For this I'm going to be using my e.l.f. contouring brush and then my Flawless concealer brush, both from e.l.f. Just doing a quick little contour on my nose, nothing too fancy. I do have a full video on that if you're interested, how I do a more defined contour. Next I'm going to take some of the lighter bronzer and just kind of barely sweep it around, kind of soften up that line and just make sure that I have some color all over my face. That looks better, more balanced. Blend everything in. So for my makeup look, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution palette. This is a fairly new palette. It is just barely made available in Ulta. I thought it'd be great kind of dupe, I mean not exact dupe, but kind of a nice fill-in for the Naked Smoky. And I thought you could get some really nice looks out of this. Plus this is a new brand that I haven't ever tried before, so I thought it'd be fun to give it a try. Okay, for my eye base I'm going to be using the White HD Eye Primer from NYX. Quickly before I continue, I'll fill in my eyebrows. And this is the Anastasia Dip Brow pomade in soft brown. It looks a little extreme right now, but I'm going to be doing a dark makeup look, so it's all going to go with it. I need to get my roots darker back into a sombre so this color will match better. So it won't be like, hello eyebrows. But for now, we are gonna work the fierce, serious brow today. Ooh, with that white, I look like a clown, but we will fix that. So this palette is really fairly inexpensive. One complaint I do have about it is that there's no mirror. But with an expensive palette, I mean, it's kind of like, well, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, some days you're just on point and other days you're not. And I totally forgot to set the rest of my face with powder. So I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish to do that. Probably a good idea. It's only like 90 degrees outside. For real. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the lightest peachy shade. It just has a nice kind of brow bone color. Look, I totally went to go look in the mirror and there's no mirror. This is a fail. Other palette. It gives it some warmth and doesn't make me look like I'm a clown with white makeup on. Whew, much better. Next, I'm going to go up above the crease and go into this lovely shade here, and then go into the violet shade and kind of fade those two into each other using the same brush. And this palette is a teeny bit powdery, so I am just tapping off just a bit. Alright, before I do any darker colors, I'm going to do some Scotch tape. And I'm just going to put it in the back of my hand and get it all nice and untapey so I can not rip my eyes out. Or my hair out, preferably. So I can not rip my eyes off. I'm just going to line that up on the corner here to my eyebrow. Ta-da! I think twice is the perfect. I did that one 3 times and I don't know if it's going to stick. It's sticking where it needs to, so that's the important part. Okay, now I'm going to go into that lavender shade. Go right in above the crease. And below that other color, just melting them in like so. Next I'm going to go for a smaller type blending brush, and I'm going to go into this charcoal shade right here, and I'm going to be putting that into the crease just slightly, and then I'm going to be putting it in the inner and outer corners. A little bit of drama. Someone liked me to put anything dark in the inner corner, so it's like exciting. We want that middle part of the lid to be light and open. Fancy. We're getting those eyes nice and smoky. So next I'm going to be taking this gorgeous light pink shade right there and put that all over the lid, and then pop a little bit of that white right in the center. For that I'm just going to be using a standard smaller flat shader brush, nothing too fancy. I don't want to completely cover up that dark though. So I'm just going to kind of melt it in a little, if eyes can melt. Just pop a tiny bit of the white in the very center. And just a tiny bit in the inner corner. Like, don't cover up the dark, but just a little right there. Right, now, time for the big reveal. Alright. See, not too sticky. Good, good. Ta-da! Those are some fierce wings I got there. So now I'm going to take my lovely blending brush, just soften, soften, soften. Alrighty, so I'm going to do some eyeliner, and I'm going to be using new Catrice. apparently feeling very dramatic today. So while my camera decided it was a good time to overheat, all I did was add a little bit of gray underneath the lash line, put a black eyeliner in my waterline, the Essence Black Gel Eyeliner, and I added some false lashes because, you know, you can't do a big A wing without some like big lashes to go with it, right? Woo! Sometimes I'm get a little carried away. So I'm just gonna blend these together with my natural lashes. I hate when you can see like unmascared lashes. And obviously, like I said, this is not an everyday look. I mean, I guess it could be if you really like to glam it out every day. So the eyes are finished, and let's head on to the cheeks. So for that, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Matte Blush. And I like a nice matte blush since there's going to be so much going on with the eyes, and we're going to do a very sparkly highlighter, so this will definitely work. Remember, when you're going out at night, you can put it on a little more heavy, but you don't want to overdo it and end up looking too clowny, which I pretty much did. And now all the angels can sing. Ah! Of course, if you're on YouTube and you haven't heard about the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Becca highlighter, then you must have been living under a rock because everyone talks about it. So now I'm going to show you in action how beautiful it is. It is very beautiful. Now, if you have other highlighters, don't feel like you have to rush out and buy this. It's not going to change your world, but it is very beautiful. That is if you don't have money for it. I'm going to just do a tiny bit across my forehead and a tiny bit right there, right there. That brings us back to dough, which is our lips. Well, my lips. Your lips if you want to do this too. I need to blend that highlighter. Woo! Get some blending, girl. Woo. This is it, I tell you. It cannot be tamed. It cannot be tamed. I don't know what to do with it. You just call you Miley Cyrus. Alright, back to the lips. Rimmel Exaggerate Liner in East and Snob. And to finish off, we are going to do the gorgeous nude color from NYX, which is Midi. Okay, I'm officially obsessed with this color. Alright, here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun tutorial. This is so different than what I usually do for a more like clubbing, night out type makeup look. And I'll see you guys next time.